The St. Andrew South Police have launched an investigation into the shooting death of a man sometime after 7:30 a.m. Monday on Pretoria Road. He has yet to be identified. It is reported that residents heard explosion and alerted the police. The injured man was later found by the police lying in blood. He was assisted to the hospital where death was confirmed. More details to come.
The first thing that greeted me this morning was a headline that states, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says all Jamaicans must think digital. First of all, let me make this clear. Dr. Led has no political affiliation. I have no rich friends, no famous friends fueling my thought pattern. I am the voice of the voiceless. Now, in that news article, the Prime Minister was quoted as saying that elderly people, not Jamaicans, elderly people who are typically afraid and skeptical of the digital world will be trained through government intervention. So now, we can't train the youngsters in conflict resolution to curb crime. We can't train the youths in entrepreneurship to learn how to put their skills and their thoughts into money-making machines. We can't train on that. We can't train community members in basic CPR practice, basic wound care, that we can help people who meet into tragic accidents, people who get wounded through violence. We can't train on that. We can't train on basic pulse testing, basic vital sign testing to help members of communities that are locked off from actual great medical assistance. But we can train to fit the agendas of a failed leadership structure. Come on, people. Come on. It was stated that $500 million was suddenly allocated to place wireless internet all over Jamaica. And throughout COVID, people like myself and others who had to be tapping up 5, 6, 7 cell phones for the week and had to be forcing ourselves to find old tablets and iPads to get them refurbished to send to poor kids in Jamaica. Nobody not think about that. But suddenly, internet can put up billions. Come on, man. Open your eyes, man. Open your eyes, Jamaicans. Open your eyes. We have people who met into car accidents and get simple injuries. But by the time people don't haul and pull them and record them dead. No one is trained in a simple CPR, simple wound care. But we can now train the elderly on a digital era. Good God. How about train the elderly on how to check them own blood pressure and them own sugar level? You go teach them how to go digital? Jeez and P, man. And I don't so no one talk to you, man. Some of we have a brain, Some of we have a brain. And again, we don't have no political affiliation. None at all. Zero. Voice.
A man was stabbed to death in Oakville and over during the time Security Minister Dr. Horace Strong was carrying out a tour in a nearby community where another murder took place. He has been identified so far only as Clarksman, who was living in Oakville up to the time of his death. It is reported that about 4 p.m. the victim was standing outside a restaurant along Oakville Main Street when he was attacked by an unidentified male armed with 3 knives. The attacker stabbed Clarksman multiple times before escaping in the area on foot. The Sandy Bay police were summoned, the scene was processed, and the victim's body removed to the morgue for a post-mortem examination. Clarksman is the 4th person to be murdered in Oakville community over the past 7 days.